Many people go around with a longing inside, a desire to fill the emptiness that they sense within, a lack of meaning in their life. Join me now in meeting some of these who for a long time have sensed a longing for something more. You started to visit different assemblies and look for fellowship there?
Something had happened on the inside, and I did start to read the Bible and met some people who were sincere. But many of the people we met, and especially the churches, it seemed like it was mostly entertainment. It was just entertainment. I already knew what entertainment was, and maybe better entertainment than they could offer. But it didn't meet the need. Not least when like I'd had that one experience, I couldn't think a good thought. So just to go and get a different feeling, that doesn't help for that.
But what was it that actually brought you to that, where your longing was fulfilled? How did that go?
I was keenly aware of my sin and the power of sin. And all these Christian assemblies, they weren't helping me to deal with this power that I knew what I was being tempted to. I could hold it in, by God's grace I could hold things in, but it was just boiling in there.
And to go to church and just to pray, and those things were really satisfying. I looked forward to getting up and going early to church, but I could go and get a good experience, but when I walked out again, it was gone.
Everything that makes me unhappy, it's not the world, it's not people, it's not my family or anything like that. It's myself. It's actually my own sin that makes me unhappy, and I could actually really think about that and actually say that's very true, that my sin actually causes my own happiness. I can't blame anyone else for it.
I looked everywhere. I put my backpack on and I heard about a group in New England, and so I hitchhiked up there, and I went to Colorado and upper New York State, searching. And
I knew what I wanted to do, but there was no way, there was no footsteps. And then I met people who had been living a life, and they said it's a good life. It works, it's help. I have a good relationship with my wife. I have, one of the things they said was, come and visit our home, see how we live, see how we have it.
Yeah.
And
that spoke to your heart then?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I didn't want a religion, I wanted a life.
That for me is the biggest attraction. It's the life that people live. It's not just in the words, because talk is cheap. If you don't live the word, then there's no power in it. It's hypocrisy.
And at a certain point, then you went to the church meeting, and there you met the brothers.
I had a real attitude then. I thought, these Christians, it would be nice to meet some Christians and tell them what I think. They're a bunch of hypocrites and it's all show. I just had a lot of opinions about those things in my high-mindedness. But I went and I met them, and there were people who would look you in the eye, and you could sense it was real. They had a life, and they had a care. I can't quite put it into words, but you sensed there's something real here. These people are true, real people.
Like for me, it was like I heard at last the way to life, the way to have this sin, not only just held back or, pressed down, but it could be destroyed. Oh, I tell you.
Yeah, so it was then that you would say that longing finally was met.
It was nourished for the first time.
How would you say that the gospel helps you in your daily life today?
The gospel is about Jesus, and the life he lived is the life I want to live. A man full of wisdom and authority and power and love and meekness and gentleness, and that is a life when you're not overcome by your own nature and by the negative, the evil. And he overcame, and that is an inspiration, and it's a help. I can pray to Him, I can look to Him, and get the help and power to follow Him.
When I came among the Friends and I heard the gospel, it was practical Christianity. It was Christianity that works. It was Christianity that helped me to love my wife. And Christianity that helped me to be good to my son. And Christianity that what I just say, it was working Christianity.